Welcome. My name is B, and this class is the first class I'll teach as a part of my strength series. It's aimed at building strength for a regular yoga practice, and it's my favorite thing to teach. I love getting the opportunity to remind people how strong they are. I love getting the opportunity to create the avenue for people to witness what they're capable of, and often move beyond a lot of self-limiting beliefs. So we'll start off lying on the back today. You won't need any props. And as you lie down on your back, bend your knees, scoot your heels in towards your butt, feet are hip-width distance apart. Arms just rest down by your sides, let your head get nice and heavy. And we'll start with cat-cow lying down. So only the pelvis will move for this. As you inhale, move the front hip bones towards the top of your thighs. You'll feel your back kind of arch away from the mat. Now as you exhale, think cat, round your low back, draw the low belly in as you press your low back down into the mat. Inhale, come back to that cow spine, rock the front of the hips towards the top of the thighs. Exhale for cat, stretch your tailbone towards the calves as you push the low back down. Again, inhale to cow, rock the pelvis forward. Exhale to cat, feel the strength in the low belly to help lengthen your low back. Inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, rock it back and down. Try that one more time, just getting the hang of this rotation of the pelvis, which will be really important later on. Just kind of feel out what opposites you have there. And then we'll add to it. So come back to that cow spine, a little arc of low back. This time from your cat, press your low back down into the floor. This time push your feet into the ground, lift your hips. Keep stretching your tailbone towards your calves. Inhale, we'll come back down, slowly lower. Once the tailbone lands, find the cow spine, rock the front hips forward. Exhale through cat, round your low back, then push into the feet, lift your hips. Inhale to lower back down. Little cow. Exhale through cat, back up to bridge, push into the feet. Feel the sit bones reach towards the calves. So you feel the hamstrings, the glutes. Inhale, come back down. Cow spine, rock the pelvis forward. Exhale, we rock it back, right up into bridge. Relax the toes, push through the heels. One more like that. Tap the tailbone, little back bend. And then exhale, press back up into bridge. This time stay. Keep your breath moving. Bring your hands to your hips. So you get a feel for what's happening beneath your hands here. So push your feet down into the floor. How does it feel to stretch your tailbone between the calves again? Can you feel the length in your low back as you do that? And then imagine you could actually kick your feet away from your shoulders. Now you've got your quads engaged. Keep all of that. As you inhale, can you lift your left foot without letting the left hip fall under your left hand, right? So keep the pelvis level. Exhale, set the left foot down. Other side, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, set it down. Keep stretching your tailbone towards the calves. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale to lower. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale to lower. So keep going side to side. Moving as little as possible through the torso. Right? So with your hands on your hips, try to stabilize the movement of the pelvis even as the legs lower and lift. As we work to create stability within our practice, ultimately what we're doing is controlling how our body is moving in space, or lack of movement. And that's super important. It's also important to keep freedom and a sense of fluidity, a sense of ease with us along the way. So take a look at what's happening in your jaw and your neck here, especially as it gets hard, right? Work hard where it counts, but also see where you can conserve energy throughout this practice. All right, with that right leg down, left leg lifts. This time draw your left knee in towards your chest as much as you can. And then it'll be easier as you push into that right foot as much as you can. Lift the hips a little higher. Feel the thigh bones spreading apart. Notice if your tailbone is sagging, keep stretching it towards that right calf. And then other side, set the left foot down, push into the left foot strong as you drive your right knee in towards your chest. All right, can you lift the hips a little higher as you reach that left sit bone towards the left calf? And then the right leg comes down. Lower the hips. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And then I'll have you roll to one side. Press yourself up. We'll come to our hands and our knees. So as you get there, stack your shoulders right over your hands, hips right over the knees. Spread your hands out nice and wide. And then we'll find cat-cow here, moving the entire spine. So inhale, find your cow spine, right? The tailbone lifts, the belly drops. Now the shoulder blades draw together as the heart reaches forward. Exhale, cat. Drop the tailbone, lift the belly, push your hands into the floor, feel your shoulder blades slide apart. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale to cow. Feel that movement of the pelvis. Exhale, cat. 2 more. Inhale. Just feel out the opposites here. The extension here and the flexion as you roll into cat. And what that does as we explore opposites is it helps us find the middle ground, neutral. So arrive there now, nice long spine. Keep the low belly lifting as you inhale, stretch your right leg back. So now as that right heel lifts, the low belly lifts to meet it, so your hips don't drop. So your belly doesn't drop. Keep the low back broad. And then you might stay here, or reach the left arm forward by your ear. Keep space by the neck though. Take an inhale, get longer front to back. And as you exhale, tap the right knee and the left hand back down to the mat. We'll reach those same limbs forward and back. So inhale, right leg back, left arm forward. Exhale to tap without changing the shape of your torso at all. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale to tap. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale to tap. Second side, stretch that left leg long. As you reach back and up through the heel, can you connect to that power right at the base of your glute, right? The sit bone area. Stay here or reach that right arm forward. Take an inhale to get even longer through the waist. And as you exhale, tap the right hand, the left knee, without rounding your spine. Inhale, reach it long. Same side. Exhale to lower. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, step 1 foot back at a time into plank. So now we find a pretty good distance between the hands and the feet for downward dog. Lift your hips up and back. And here's where we can invite some of the freedom into the body, the fluidity. So move through all those little movements, the little wiggles, the fidgets that really help you settle in. And as you start to settle into the sweet spot, into some stillness, Connect to the broadness of your hands. As you wrap the outer upper arms in, push into your hands even more so that you can really lift up through the tailbone. The back of the legs grows longer. Let the heels get heavy. Take a big breath. And then walk your feet forward towards your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. On an inhale, lift halfway up. Nice long spine. Exhale to fold back down. Now, push into your feet, and with that same long spine, come up to stand. Feel the hamstrings, the back of the legs, help to lift the torso. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. So your Namaskara A, sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Keep that long spine. Bend your knees as you need. Halfway lift, inhale. Back to your plank, exhale. Turn on the quads, reach the heart forward, inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly. Hug the elbows by your ribs. Low cobra, inhale, curl the heart up, stretch the tailbone back. Exhale to lower. Back to plank or all fours, inhale. Down dog as you exhale. Take a big breath. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale to fold. Push into the feet. Inhale, come to stand. Stretch the arms out and up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Take an inhale to lift your heart into your thumbs. And as you exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips, Utkatasana, fierce pose, right? And let it be that, let it be fierce. So feel the strength in your legs as you push down into the feet. As you look down at your toes, notice, A, are they spread out? And B, can you see your toes? If not, shift your hips back a little bit. Again, lift your heart. Now, push into the right foot, and as you inhale, hover the left. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, hover the right. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, the left leg hovers. So we're just rocking side to side. Exhale, it lowers. And then even though I said that, can you actually limit how much side to side movement there is? So it's just one leg lifting at a time. That's the only movement. The torso doesn't change shape. The height of your head doesn't change. Make it sneaky. And see if you can connect to that same sort of engagement of the glutes and the hamstrings that you did in the bridge. Keep pulling the outer hips back as you push down into the heels. Try to have the toes stay relatively light. And the next time both feet are to the mat, pause there. See if you can sit a little lower. And then keep the hips there, but lift the heart. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Nice long spine. Exhale back to your plank. Hug the quads to the bone. Stretch the heart forward. Exhale to your belly. Elbows hug in. Low cobra again. Press the tops of the feet. Curl the heart up. Exhale. Back to plank or all fours. Push the floor away. And then downward facing dog. Spread the hands out nice and wide. Wrap those outer upper arms in so that you can reach your belly back towards the thighs and lift up through the base of the glutes. Feel your weight kind of shift towards the back of the mat. And then as you inhale, can you connect to the base of the glute to lift that right leg up? Lead with the inner heel. So again, the toes point towards the floor, just like we did on hands and knees. Lift that right heel a little higher, but keep pulling your outer left hip back. On your exhale, we'll tap the right foot down. And we'll do that same thing again. Inhale, lift the right heel. Exhale, set it down. The rest of your body doesn't change shape at all. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the low belly drawing in. Inhale. This time, exhale, step that right foot all the way forward. Crescent lunge. Rise with your breath. And as you exhale, interlace your hands. Bring them to the top of the right thigh. We'll find cat-cow here. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades together. Think cow. It's a back bend. Tailbone reaches back. Exhale, cat. Round your upper back. Push your hands into your thigh. Drop your tailbone. Inhale, cow. And just notice how this movement of the pelvis changes the sensations in your hips. Exhale to round. Inhale. Exhale. Can you feel that right sit bone reach towards the right calf? Inhale. And then it lengthens. Exhale, and it contracts. Try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep your tailbone heavy as you inhale. Just lift the chest. Float the arms up. Take a nice big breath. See if you can widen the front of that left hip. And notice my back knee's a little bent. That's fine. Take another breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your plank. Inhale, firm up the thighs. Exhale to your belly or chaturanga. Again, elbows hug in. And then it's cobra or up dog. You're on the tops of the feet. Kneecaps are lifted. We meet up in downward dog. Feel the length as you push your hands into the floor. Reach the belly back towards the thighs. And then as you inhale, we'll lift that left heel high. Lead with the inner heel. Squeeze the base of your left glute. Exhale, lower the foot back down. So continue to draw that outer right hip back. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale to lower. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Big exhale to step it forward. Crescent lunge, rise with your breath. And then bring your hands to the top of that left thigh. Interlace your fingers there. Cow as you inhale, little back bend, reach the tailbone back. Widen the collarbones. Exhale, cat, round. Drop the tailbone heavy. Inhale. Left sit bone reaches back. Exhale, feel the hamstring contract as that sit bone reaches towards the back of that left calf. Try that again. Inhale, lengthen the back of the left leg, reach the tailbone back. Exhale, contract. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now just lift your chest, keep the tailbone heavy, float the arms up. Take a nice big breath to open up the front of that right hip. On the exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step back to your plank. Firm up the legs. Take an inhale there. Vinyasa as you exhale. How broad can you keep your chest? Take another breath here. As you inhale, lift the heels. And as you exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And then pause here and find the rock of your pelvis even here. So think cat, drop your tailbone down, round your low back. This is what a lot of us do, which puts a lot of stress on those discs in the low back. So really try to reach your tailbone back, and again, drop the front of your hips towards the top of the thighs. We're just trying to come to a neutral spine here. Now from there, it's easier to reach your chest forward. So this is our blueprint. Take an inhale, and then exhale to lower. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Bend your knees, lift the hips, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, pluck up your left leg, push into the right foot. Exhale, set the left foot down. Other side, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, set it down. This time we add to it. Inhale, left leg lifts, the right knee straightens. You're in a single leg balance. Exhale, Utkatasana. Other side, inhale, right knee lifts, left knee straightens. Exhale, Utkatasana. Feel that push power. Push the right foot into the floor. That creates the lift. Exhale, sit it low. Right, connect to the back of that left leg. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, sink it back down. Back to that single leg balance. Inhale. Warrior 3 as you exhale. Stretch that left leg back as you reach your chest forward. Now, as that left leg lifts, so does the low belly. Right? Spin those left toes down towards the floor. Squeeze the base of that left glute. Little lift. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, sneak it back to your crescent lunge. Inhale to lift the arms up. The tailbone drops as the heart lifts up. And as you exhale, lean forward halfway. Right? So draw that outer right hip crease back, reach your chest forward, firm up the left thigh. We'll move like that. Inhale, crescent lunge, tailbone drops, chest lifts. Exhale, the chest lowers as your tailbone reaches back. So just notice that movement of your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale to lean, back to warrior 3. Inhale, lift the back leg. Roll those left toes towards the floor, lift the left heel a little higher, lift the low belly. Find steadiness in your breath. And then left foot meets the right, Tadasana, mountain pose, top of the mat. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Second side, lift the heart into the thumbs, inhale. Utkatasana, exhale, sit it nice and low. Inhale, pluck up the right leg, straighten the left, single leg balance. Exhale, back to Utkatasana. Left leg lifts, right leg straightens, inhale. Exhale to lower. Push into that left foot to rise, inhale. Exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale. Back to that single leg balance, inhale. Warrior 3, stretch it back. And so you can play around with the shape of your pelvis even here. So think cow spine, round your back. That feels terrible. And then do the opposite hard in the other direction. Think cow spine as that right heel lifts. Can you feel the compression in your low back? That's not so great either. So find the middle ground. Keep lifting through the inner right heel, but keep the low belly lifting. Take another big breath. On an exhale, take a big step back, crescent lunge. Reach the arms up, inhale, tailbone drops. Exhale, lean forward halfway. Draw that left hip crease back, firm up your right thigh. Back to crescent, inhale. Push out of that left foot to rise. Exhale to lean forward. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to lean, and then back to warrior three. Inhale, lift the back leg. Refine it. Again, roll the right toes to point down. Lift the low belly, reach the heart forward. That left leg won't fall off, I promise. Inhale. Right foot meets the left, exhale. Tadasana, stretch the arms up as you inhale. Hands in front of the heart, exhale. Press your thumbs against your chest so you can feel your heartbeat. Right, that elevated heart rate. It's louder, it's faster. You can feel an energy beneath your hands. And that's what a practice like this ultimately does, right? It takes a lot of energy to do this sort of work, and yet it also creates a lot of energy. As the fire, the burn you create on the mat starts to trickle into the other areas of your life as well. It's the best. Take another breath. Feel that heat, feel that fire, feel that burn. Because you know we're going to add to it. All right, lift your heart into your thumbs. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Now, keep the hips lower. Just inhale, stretch the arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, big inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Firm up the legs, take an inhale, stretch the chest forward. Vinyasa as you exhale. Keep the chest broad. Keep the neck long. Feel that lift of the tailbone in your downward dog. And then as you inhale, lift the right leg up, lead through the inner heel. And as you exhale, tap it back to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Again, inhale. This time, exhale, step your right foot in between the hands. Come back to your crescent lunge, inhale. As you exhale, come to that single leg balance, so a big step off that back foot to bring the left knee in towards your chest. So your hands can come to prayer in front of the heart. You also might bring your hands to your hips. They might be out to the side, help you balance. Whatever works, just keep the upper body relatively free, right? So the tops of the shoulders stay soft, the jaw stays soft. Stay here for another breath out. And then as you inhale, we'll come back to crescent lunge. Get nice and tall. Tailbone gets heavy. Exhale, push out of that right foot, drive your left knee in towards your chest. Inhale, back to crescent. To make it easier, you just don't step back as far. Exhale, come to that single leg balance. So again, we're just connecting to the strength in the back of that right leg. Keep pushing into the right heel. So you feel your glutes, your hamstrings. Set your gaze on one spot. That'll help you balance. Where could you soften? Where could you work a little more? Find that balance. And then I think that's been long enough. Inhale, back to your crescent lunge. This time, exhale, low lunge. Hands frame that right foot. We'll find a low lunge twist. Reach your right arm up into the air. Keep charging that left thigh up. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale to your plank. Vinyasa or down dog as you exhale. From your down dog, recreate that length. Feel the tailbone lift, the hamstrings lengthen. And then from there, Smooth and steady with the breath. On an inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale to set it down. Keep drawing that outer right hip back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Crescent lunge, rise with your breath. Exhale, big step forward to that single leg balance. So just pause on this first one. Push into that left leg to get even taller. Soften the tops of the shoulders, soften the jaw. Stay here for an out breath. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Using the strength, the stability in that left leg to help you navigate, to help you balance. Exhale, single leg balance. Push the left foot into the floor. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, sneak it forward. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale. Inhale. Keep it going, slow and steady. Try to rely mostly on that left leg to get you from standing to lunging. So there's less push off that right leg, that back leg. Take one more, you got this. Big step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, float the arms up. And then low lunge, exhale. Low lunge twist, reach your left arm up. Draw that left shoulder blade back. Keep your right thigh charging up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Step back to your plank, hover your left leg. So stretch your tailbone towards the heels, reach your heart forward. Set the left foot down. Right, notice the shape of my pelvis, the shape of my torso doesn't change at all as I lift the right foot and then set it down. Lift the left foot and then set it down. If you need something a little easier, lower the knees and just stretch one foot back to tap the back of the mat at a time. But again, you're trying to move through the pelvis, the low back, as little as possible as you do this. Keep spinning your elbow creases forward. That'll soften the traps. Feel your quads hug to their bones, right? So squeeze the thighs here to help support the hips. There is an energy that comes from discipline, from showing up again and again to do hard things, to prove to yourself that you can. And what a wonderful ride to be along for at a time like this. Take an inhale, both feet to the floor. Exhale, lower to the floor. Interlace your hands behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Shalabhasana, inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms, float the legs. Gaze is down the bridge of the nose. As you reach back through the knuckles, feel the neck lengthen, the collarbones widen. Stretch your tailbone towards the heels, but then lift the inner heels. Take 2 breaths. And then release. Hands next to your chest. Press yourself up and back to child's pose. Try to let your forehead rest heavy. Relax your arms. Pull your breath all the way down into the low back. Feel the fluidity of the breath moving throughout your torso. To be strong does not necessarily mean to be rigid. So just feel that sense of fluidity. Remind yourself of it with another breath. And then make your way onto your back. And as you lie down on your back, a moment of recognition, you made it. And now we'll find a little cool down. So draw your right knee in towards your chest, but interlace your fingers around the right hamstring behind the leg. Stay here or stretch your left leg long. And just take a nice big belly breath. Let the front of the left hip re-lengthen. And we worked a lot with the hamstrings today, so now we'll start to straighten out the right leg, kick the right foot up towards the ceiling. The knee doesn't have to straighten out all the way. You might walk your hands up the leg, reach for the calf, but try to find a place where the upper body is not doing too much work. Take 2 big breaths. And then rebend that left leg if it's straight. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Supine pigeon. Work that outer right knee away from you. Stay here or draw your legs in towards you. Now you'll interlace your fingers around your left hamstring. Just use your breath as a tool to really feel the effects of your practice here. You might notice that physically there's a sense of fatigue, but mentally there's a sense of awakeness, alertness, a sense of energy. Take another breath here. And then bring that left foot back down, then the right foot to meet it. Interlace your fingers behind that left leg as you draw the left knee in towards your chest now. Once you have that, you might straighten the right leg long. Take a big breath. And then we'll straighten that left leg up towards the ceiling. We'll walk the hands up. This side might have a different story. Mine certainly does. But greet whatever's there with your breath. They say that the quality of our mind is the quality of our world. And if the mind rests within the body, you could argue that the quality of our body, this temple that the mind sits within, is the quality of our mind. So a practice that feels really strong, in turn, can strengthen you mentally, emotionally. Rebend that right knee if it's straight, cross your left ankle over it. Work the outer left knee away from you, and then draw your legs in towards you. Relax the upper body. So this amazing thing happens when we start to feel really strong on the mat. We begin to make more confident decisions off of the mat, right? We move with intention, with purpose, with inspiration. Three more breaths. And then release. With both feet to the mat, separate your feet about mat's width distance apart. And just gently rock your knees side to side. So your shins make this windshield wiper movement. We didn't move side to side too much in this practice, so just let this be a nice balancing movement as you feel that internal and external rotation in the hips, a subtle twist in the pelvis, the spine. And from movement, we then move to stillness. So find a comfortable shape for Savasana. The perfect place for your legs, the perfect place for your arms, the perfect place for your head to rest. And there's this moment at the end of the practice, after a bit of work, a moment of exhaustion, where you are so tired that you can actually just give yourself fully into the support of the floor. Like for once, we're actually very capable and willing to surrender, to rest, to relax. So I'll invite you to linger in that. Stay here as long as you would like. Thank yourself for pressing play, for showing up, for rolling out your mat. And allow the effects of your practice to sink in. I bring my hands together in front of my heart, a huge gesture of gratitude, a giant thank you from my heart to yours. Namaste.